Sunday marks the second anniversary of the National Unity Government. It was on January 8, 2015 that the coalition of Maithripala Sirisena and Ranil Wickremesinghe won the people's mandate to lead the country. What has become of the dazzling coalition today? Find out with us on News Matters. This is the Curates Egg. The term derives from a cartoon published in 1895 in which a timid-looking curate is depicted eating breakfast at his bishop's house. The bishop says to the curate, "I'm afraid you've got a bad egg, Mr. Jones," to which the curate replies, desperate not to offend his eminent host and potential employer, "Oh no, my lord, I assure you, parts of it are excellent." This is what can be said today of the coalition government. It is partly bad, but parts of it are truly excellent. Let's take a closer look at the past 2 years. The unity government was formed on 3 excellent pillars. These were an anti-corruption drive, democratic political reforms, and post-war accountability and reconciliation. The anti-corruption drive, as we all now know, has had its ups and downs. There have been police investigations and occasional arrests, but those who are alleged to have committed the most crimes and embezzled billions of public monies have escaped the net cast by those tasked with anti-corruption for some strange reason. The police have offered a valid excuse. They say it will take time to uncover large-scale corruption and that the process is highly complicated. A related problem is the lack of expertise and specialized knowledge on the part of the investigators. This is partially why the police say they find it hard to net the big fish. But there is the question of if the anti-corruption net has been cast wide enough in the first place to catch these bigger fish. Is the net too small, too weak? Rumors of deals within deals and of the authorities being selective abound in relation to these ongoing investigations. Civil society representatives who strongly supported President Sirisena's election campaign in January 2015 have also fired salvos at the slow progress of corruption investigations. They say their patience is wearing thin, as none of the investigations into large-scale corruption has reached completion. However, just as with the Curates Egg, there is still hope. There is hope that the voice of the public will push those in power to have the political will not to stand in the way of investigations. And there is still hope that the police will catch and prosecute those who embezzled billions of public money, irrespective of external pressures and obstacles. On the subject of democratic reform, the government's plan for political reforms rely on the process of formulating a new constitution, which is still underway. The 19th Amendment to the Constitution was an important step in the direction of political reform, but it fell short of abolishing the executive presidency, which, I might add, was one of the key promises of President Sirisena's election campaign. The formulation of a new constitution has run into many obstacles, with ultra-nationalist groups, including the group supporting former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, threatening to scuttle the process. They claim the proposed new constitution will create a federal system in the country, giving more powers to the north and the east. They also express fear that it will deprive Buddhism of its current status in the constitution. What is funny is that they declare war on a document that is not yet finalized. By doing so, however, they make it clear that they will do their best to scuttle the new reform process. But there is hope. There is hope that at least the 2 main political parties, the UNP and the SLFP, will act responsibly to finalize the new constitution and ensure its passage in Parliament. And there is hope that the President and the Prime Minister will choose to work together with a common goal to abolish the executive presidency as they promised at the last presidential election. The third pillar, post-war accountability and reconciliation, is yet another area in which Sri Lanka has made slow but steady progress over the past 2 years. Having worked hard to draw the support of the international community, the government is about to set up a Truth Commission and an Office of Missing Persons in line with its promises at the United Nations Human Rights Commission. The grey area, however, is the judicial mechanism. While the international community, including the UNHRC, is strongly pushing for a hybrid judicial process, the Sri Lankan political authorities insist that they will not allow foreign judges to hear cases on alleged war crimes and human rights abuses. Whether the government will be able to strike a balance between its local political interests and the aspirations of international partners remains a question. But there is hope that the politicking will end at some point and the government will move fast on the path to reconciliation and accountability with the aim of ensuring national unity. And there is the hope that all right-minded politicians will contribute to the process constructively, despite the pressure exerted by racists and ultra-nationalists attempting to scuttle the reforms program. There is hope that we may say in the end that the bad egg is indeed, in some parts, excellent.